Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video and market update for Wednesday, September the 5th. And today we'll start with the S&P. We had another kind of choppy day here. This has been the pattern lately. You know, we sell off right at the open the last couple of days, and we kind of sort of rallied back a little bit and then kind of sold off into the close, and we ended up kind of about where we started, and within a couple of points actually where we started today. And yesterday it was the same thing. We sold off. Notice this: we sold off very sharply, right out of the gate, and then immediately bounced up and then rip higher here. And I think, well, maybe the bottom's in place and we're gonna get going again, and then we just roll over and we rally again. Which way do we want to go here? It's just complete chaos. So we opened right there, and yesterday I think we opened and closed, I think it was at the exact same price. I think it was 28.96, and here we were a couple of dollars off, but basically all that noise all during the day kind of ended up where we started. But in last week's video, I do the videos on Wednesday, and last week I was saying that we need to watch out for this because we had this was the all-time high, and this was right after the close on last Wednesday, and saying that there is there was a decent chance that we consolidate, pull back. We were extended across all the indexes. We've got timing for pullbacks and so forth on the S&P and on the NASDAQ and on the RUT, and it just it seemed like that we could go either way. In a lot of cases, when you're hitting all-time highs, it just keeps going. It builds on the momentum and all that kind of stuff. Now there is some things in the backdrop as far as trade and tariff negotiations, with Mexico and Canada and China and so forth. So we've got to be really careful of where we are in the market right now, because we are only one news flash or one text or a tweet away from something, maybe gapping us up or down. But if we look at this, I mean, this is this pattern's lower lows and lower highs, down, 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 down. Now there will be a bottom somewhere, and I can't remember if I said last week when I did the video last Wednesday or not, but I was kind of targeting 28.50. We're not there. See this 28.54. I think we might come back and retest that. That means a couple more days of this chop down into that. I don't know if that's what will happen or not. No one has a crystal ball, and again, we get one tweet or agreement on something and we head back up. Because if we look at the overall market here, we obviously are in a not only in a very long-term bull market, but in the last several months we've turned up, and there's nothing bearish about that. We pull back, rally, pull back, rally. We keep plugging along, and I think that continues outside of some other big catalyst. But we've got Fed meeting coming up September. Historically, September is weak. October, is we all know the October stories and crash of '87 and all that kind of stuff. I've been trading for 30 years, and sometimes it happens. Sometimes October's a great month. So a lot will determine between now and then as far as what goes on with the Fed and what goes on with all the trade and tariffs. And don't forget, we got midterm elections coming up. That is another big thing on the radar. So I continue to trade this this market to the upside. I've got a lot of bullish positions, but I've also got some decent hedging on the downside. Not so much like black swan hedging, but just pullback consolidation kind of short-term stuff, and I think that's a very good way to play it. One thing to note also is on the NASDAQ today. NASDAQ was down over 100 points. And if you look at this, this doesn't look bad. This looks, you know, it looks kind of normal, right? And we rally and we pull back and rally and pull back and pull back, and it just looks kind of normal. This is just kind of the same. You know, was that it? You know, I don't know. But let's look on a smaller time frame. If you look at a, you know, 1-2 day chart, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Since last week, we've just, you know, stair stepping lower, 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 lower. So, and that's, you know, if you were seeing all the tech stocks testifying and before Congress and all that kind of stuff, kind of got the market spooked. The tech market anyway, the Nasdaq. So, you know, again, just tread lightly, be careful. I am looking for potential, starting to look for bottoming process in place. I don't know that we're there yet, but there might be some bargains when the, you know, kind of when the dust settles. So, you know, my best advice is to, you know, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks to start raising cash. If you got profit, kind of start taking some profit and be nimble in this kind of market. You know, we always want to be that way, but more than normal in this market. So anyway, kind of be nimble and be ready to take advantage of some of these dips when they happen, because the longer term trend is still up. Nothing has changed there. Hey, listen, I forgot to mention in the video Raghee's class that we've got coming up tomorrow night, and the reason I wanted to mention it is this is important. Now, we think about when we're trading, you know, the number one thing that we want to do is to find a stock, right? What index, what stock, you know, what do we want to trade, what ETF? Well, that's only half the, you know, that's only half the equation. The entry and exit is so critical, as well as, you know, getting orders filled and that type thing. And the exit strategy perfected, the ESP, is what Raghee's going to go over. Now, this is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. This is a free class. This is really good stuff. I really like this. I will be in there. I won't be presenting with her. I'll actually be listening with you guys. But it's very simple. It's very straightforward, and it can improve your entries and exit once you do find that great gem of a setup and a stock and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys tuned into this and see if it can help you. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night there. Thanks.